Auto keycard case, day 4. What is up, Wolverines? Welcome back to John Crump News, where we talk about everything 2A related. I'm your host, John Crump, and I'm an investigative journalist that concentrates on investigations. If you can do me a big favor, like, comment, and subscribe, it really amplifies my voice and it gets the signal out there. Today, we're going to be talking about the auto key card case, day 4, but if you want to support Matt Hoover, his link to his shop is down below in the description. With that all out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the trial. Let me first start by thanking the people that have been taking notes for me. They are very, very, very helpful. You know who you are, even though none of you want to be publicly known. I just wanted to say thank you. Okay, so today was the testimony of the manufacturer. The first guy up was the laser tech named John Carlos Ruiz, and he talked about Irvin and what he wanted. First thing, he said that Irvin was very concerned about the finish of the auto key card. Not that it's functional or anything like that, but the actual finish. He wanted it to look good. But before we get into all that, I just want to tell you guys something really funny. One of the things the prosecutor tried to say is that Irvin knew that he was being investigated by the ATF because his dad sent him a text message saying, hey, when you come home, be careful. There's an unmarked car down the road, which means that he was concerned about a speed trap. But the government tried to say that they knew that they were being investigated and they thought that unmarked car was an ATF car, which it wasn't. It was a cop running a speed trap, which is exactly what Irvin said. All right, that was just a funny side note. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what Irvin told the laser tech. He said that the auto key card was a piece of art and it was a free speech statement, a political statement, and political satire. He was more concerned about the aesthetics than whether it can actually work or not. In fact, the thickness of the card was not even Irvin's decision. The machine shop decided the thickness of the card, meaning that if it was too thick, it wouldn't work in a AR-15. So if Irvin really wanted to make these cards useful as actual lightning link, he would be concerned about the thickness of the card, but he wasn't. In fact, he didn't even decide the depth of the markings. That was done by the machine shop. And the only thing he did say is he didn't want the markings too deep because he didn't think it looked good. The deeper the marking, the more bubbling you get, and Irvin really wanted to avoid that. The prosecutor said that Irvin wanted to make the lines obvious, but if he's trying to do a political statement, yeah, of course he would want the lines obvious. He also made a big deal about the copyright and patent of the actual card. And if he was just trying to do lightning links, why would he care about the patent or copyright of the card? That's just something that I can't really figure out why the prosecutor made a big deal about that, but they did. And they asked the manufacturer, is that normal? The manufacturer said no. But if it's a piece of artwork, of course it's going to have a copyright and a patent. But I'm not really sure what the prosecutor was going for there. They also talked about whether they could use ink or not, and it turns out if they used ink, the ink would have been removed during the finishing process. There was also questions about the DXF file, who made the changes to it. The original DXF file couldn't be used to cut. So there was a little hubbub about who actually made changes to the DXF files, and it turned out it was the laser tech that made the changes. The next person up was Patrick Breslin, who was director of manufacturing for the company. I'm not going to go too much into this because it's just a lot of repeating the same information, but Irvin did not want the etchings deep, and also it turns out the stainless steel is actually very hard to cut. Now for the big bombshell of the day, and you knew it was coming. Breslin admitted that he wanted to tab the Lightning Link outline on the card so people could pop it out. And Irvin said, no, I do not want that. He was very explicit with not wanting that, showing that he didn't want people to actually pop it out. And if you recall from a couple days ago, the ATF said that they couldn't find a single card that was cut out. So that is kind of interesting. And I thought that was something to highlight. I don't think that this case is going good for the state. And I think that the lawyers on the defense side is doing excellent jobs at their jobs. But I also think that this case is so weak that a monkey with a banana could defend these two defendants. Not saying anything about the defendants' legal counsel, because I think that they're doing an incredible job. And yeah, they're doing an incredible job, and the state's case is very weak. And also the attorneys for the states have made some missteps. Remember, these are not defense witnesses. These are witnesses from the state, and they're not doing too good of a job. If I was the state, I would start thinking about excuses of why I'm going to lose this case. But like I always said, there could be stuff in the future that changes, or maybe it all goes this way and the jury still convicts, which I don't see how they could do, but weirder things have happened. I just really, really hope that Mr. Hoover and Mr. Irvin get off. And if they do get off, I hope that there is a huge party that I can attend. All right, guys, remember, the case is halfway done. There will be no trial on Tuesday, so it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and things should wrap up Friday. Hopefully the jury will come to a decision on Friday as well, and I'm hoping that decision is for the good guys, which is Matt Hoover and Justin Irvin. The case could stretch into a third week, but right now it doesn't look like it. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I am out of here. If something breaks, I'll be back. If not, have a good week. Actually, you know what? I will be reporting on day 5 of the case, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, Wolverines, mother...